Fresh off of a national tour and already lighting up the Dallas stage, rising star Ryan Duck is taking on his latest role in the Dallas Theater Center's production of Ragtime. All right, the coolest part is that he's only 11 years old. And today he joins me to share more about this journey and what you can expect when you see the show. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's
All right,
great.
so this is your first TV appearance. How cool is that?
It's really cool. I love it.
I'm so excited that you're here. All right, so let's talk about, you've had such an exciting year. What has been the coolest moment? Because I understand that you were going from Elf the musical to Ragtime. What was that experience like?
Yeah, well, playing Michael Hobbs in the Broadway National Tour of Elf was an absolute dream come true. I love touring the country and seeing all the different venues like the Fox Theater in Atlanta, the Auditorium in Chicago, and the Majestic in San Antonio. And now I'm back in Dallas performing at the Dallas Theater Center production of Ragtime.
That is fantastic. All right, so for people who may not be as familiar with the show Ragtime, can you give us a little bit of insight into what we can expect?
Yeah, so Ragtime is a musical set in the very early 1900s. It's about these three groups: an upper-class white family, a black pianist and his girlfriend, and a Latvian immigrant and his daughter, and how their lives kind of intertwine. It also features historical figures like Harry Houdini, Booker T. Washington, and Henry Ford.
You're just rattling those off. That's so impressive, because for you at the age of 11, being exposed to these types of history makers has got to be so exciting. All right,
Yeah.
so I also want to talk about your role. You're playing the little boy.
Yes.
All right, seems appropriate. Tell me a little bit about what you love most about that particular character.
Yeah, the thing I love most about playing the little boy is probably his character arc. I love how he starts as this sheltered, kind of privileged young boy, and then as he's exposed to all these different people, ideas, and cultures, by the end of the show, he kind of grows as a person and learns to love and accept those people as his family.
That is fantastic. All right, so I've got to know, when you're up there, you're on some massive stages in front of thousands and thousands of people. What do you love most about being on stage?
Yeah, I love the energy from the crowd. Like on tour in the Fox Theater, like I mentioned before, there were almost 5,000 people. So every night, they were absolutely electric. It was so fun.
How do you balance it all? I've been really curious about this. When you've got like a child star such as yourself, how do you balance that with school or any of the other activities that you're interested in?
Well, it's definitely been an interesting year. So usually I go to regular in-person school, but because of Elf, I'm doing online school for this year. So it's definitely been cool.
All right, are there any other hobbies that you like outside of acting and being on stage, or is that kind of your passion?
I've really got a passion for acting and singing. I also love to watch football and play football. That's fun.
Oh, that does sound like a lot of fun. All right, so your family has a lot of deep roots. We're talking
Yes.
Dallas with SMU, big connection to SMU. So does that make it kind of extra special being on stage here in Dallas?
Yeah, it's super special. So this production of Ragtime is in partnership with the Meadows School of the Arts at SMU. So my mom and dad actually met at SMU. My mom is a Meadows graduate. My aunt, uncle, grandparents, and great-grandparents all went to SMU.
Do you think you're going to be a Mustang, my friend, someday?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Maybe so. We'll certainly continue the legacy. I know that your parents have got to be so proud, and I'm proud of you, too.
Oh,
Congratulations on all your success and on your very first television interview. Way to go, Mika.
Thank you.
You did an awesome job. I really do appreciate it.